This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian. Mission to
All right, we're coming back from a week-long break, and I think we threw a repost in there. We're doing David Lynch month, kind of late to the party. We're just picking this one at random, I guess. I don't know if anyone's seen this one before. I hadn't.
Wait a minute. I thought there was some kind of logic to this. We were going to Lost Highway.
No, we're just going through the films.
You're saying this is random. Okay. Fine.
After watching it I did before I watched the movie, and then I watched the movie, and I was like, "Oh,
how very Lynchian
are we watching this one?
for us to be confused."
So we're doing Lost Highway
on this one.
This movie came out in 1997. We're going to hop into spoiler-free 20-second reviews. I'll go first.
Sure.
All right, let me. This time it's important for me to pull up a timer here, I think.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start my timer, and I'm going to show you guys.
Timer time.
It's starting.
All right, go.
Okay.
You're at 17 now. You better get going.
Yeah, you've already wasted.
Oh, this is
14,
it. This
13,
is his
12,
whole thing. Yeah.
11. Oh wow.
Oh, he's gonna have
This
like a 2-second
This is
review.
symbolic. This
I
is
see
symbolic.
so.
He's not
5,
talking
4,
during
3,
his.
2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is unprecedented in our podcast that Denny has remained silent during the review.
No, I gave it a huh at the end. I was like,
That's awesome.
Well, all right, what do you guys got?
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah, good job. I mean, there's not much. I don't know. This movie's weird because it's supposed to be like a split into parallel realities, but problem is that time is linear. So when you're watching it, it's not really clear that that's what it is.
God damn it, I'm pissed off.
So I had to look it up, and then I was like, I guess I could, and then I kind of left with huh. So me and Denny are right at the even
All right, here's
here.
my 20 seconds. I was looking forward to having you two jackasses explaining to me how meaningful and wonderful this film
not
was.
this one.
And so,
Not this
no.
No.
John, did you look up anything about what this movie is about?
No, because I wanted you guys, because it was really fun with Blue Velvet, how you guys helped me understand where it was coming from.
I can
thought
do
was
that.
fun.
I know.
You can do that on that one,
Yeah,
not on this one.
movie is about. Get ready for it, John. All right, spoilers. Spoiler
Okay,
territory.
all right, over.
So that was your 20 seconds, John. You're just
Yeah,
You're
my
confused.
20 seconds is
Okay.
that. And lots of sex scenes. Hooray!
Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah.
This movie is about.
More than any we watched. Any other film that we watched, I counted. This has more sex scenes individual than any movie we've watched in this podcast.
I think of any movie ever made, it's like half sex scenes.
Oh no,
it's
no,
crazy.
no. I mean, there's other movies for sure. I did a little research. It was fun.
That sounds good. Send some links there, John. So this movie is based on O.J. Simpson.
What?
This movie is about O.J. Simpson. Yeah.
Really?
What the fuck? Really?
That's what David Lynch came after he made it. He's like, apparently he doesn't know what he's doing when he's making these things, right? He's painting a picture. Like he wants moods and ideas, and he's, as we talked about during the Blue Velvet thing, he's an artist. He makes physical things. He made a lot of the furniture for the sets in this. It was filmed in his house.
Oh.
He did set decorations in his house. In the first half of the movie, the Bill Pullman part of the movie.
That's fun. They could all just sleep over afterwards too.
Yeah,
It's great.
exactly. Hey, Patricia Arquette, put this on and then take it off and then lay down in my bed. Please and thank you. Okay, I'm David Lynch. This is all.
Yeah.
I mean, this
My
is all
design.
for art.
Yeah.
So
Everyone still likes him in this one though. No, but
that's good to know. That
Yeah.
actually is good to know. That I mean, that's given the edginess of what he does and the near sort of all the sexual connotations. It's nice to know that they're not feeling exploited, I guess, as actors, right? So
and
that's
Patricia
good.
Arquette specifically took this role because she herself as a person is very afraid of being naked, and she took the role specifically because she knew there was going to be a lot of nudity.
Right.
So she wanted to get over this phobia, this nude phobia she self-proclaimed that she had.
And Lynch is the good guy to do it. Like this is
Apparently.
this is something very interesting about him as a director in that he doesn't seem to be an asshole, like we take Kubrick or whatever, somebody who's like has a vision and is a dictator about it. And again, sometimes aggressive about it. Like this is what I want. You're going to do what I want. But he's doing this really weird crap, right? And yet the people in his films, is this generally a theme for him that they're like, yeah, Dave, all right, we'll get naked and do all kinds of weird, sexy things.
Yeah, because like he creates a mood on his set, which is he tries to make it the weird mood of the movie, but it lets the actors have a lot of creative control over their characters. He's very free flowing, and like if something works, he'll run with it. He says he tries to keep the overall idea of the script in mind whenever he allows a tangent to be taken, because he wants the movie to make sense. Believe it or not, he's pretty bad at doing that, I guess. But he has a framework, and he has decided in his own way what parts of the framework are important and how far they can stray within it, and he lets the actors do what works. Like for example, in Blue Velvet, the what's his name character, the creepy, not the Dennis Hopper, the guy who sings the song, that guy created his own look for Blue Velvet. In this movie, the whatever his name is, the no name man, the white face guy with the no eyebrows, the creepy ass dude in Lost Highway. Yeah,
he
brought his own look in.
I was wondering if he was the father of the girl.
Well, before we get into what it's supposed to be or what people think it is, what did you think? What did you think
That's what
when
I
you
just
were
said.
watching this movie? No, I want not just for him, but for the movie. Like, what did you think was happening when you were watching it?
What the first half I was like intrigued because I liked it because it was so different than Blue Velvet, where we had Blue Velvet was so corny in a way and had these like rubes that were like talking about love or whatever, and it was all very silly. And for the first half of this movie, what I was appreciating was that Bill Pullman, these were very sophisticated people. He was a jazz saxophonist, right? How more, these people seemed like world weary people that were doing cool things. And I liked that. I was appreciating that. I was like, but where is this going? And then that's like kind of the first, I don't know, fourth. And then,
is it not half
new
and half?
movie. Different movie.
Is it more half and half? Maybe it's
it
half
felt
and half.
kind
I
of
don't
half and half. I could be wrong.
But maybe I don't know. But then there's a clear separation where things go off the rails once he's in jail. Once he kills his wife or doesn't or what the fuck. Then everything just is like, and I didn't even notice that it's circular. I looked this up on Wikipedia. I didn't connect that. He goes and says, "What's his name is dead."
Yeah, what's his name?
on the
whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Right. We don't even know, right?
Yeah.
But the bad guy, the Gene Hackman like guy,
Dick Durand, Dick
not,
Laurent, something like that.
Yeah, the not as scary as the Blue Velvet bad guy, but still scary.
Kind of scary. Yeah,
right. But still, like after watching Blue Velvet, it's like, yeah, good job, guy. You're kind of scary, but no, it's not the same. But anyway, he gets the intercom message that he's dead, so it's circular. So which is cool. But I by that time that it happened, I didn't remember. But yeah, once we got to that second half, I was lost. I really was. I wanted to be more interested than I was, and I was disappointed because I was really interested with the setup at first, and that how it's like, okay, he killed his wife, he's changed. I was interested. I was like, this is cool. But then where I was lost. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. And which is like, I wanted it to be cool. I wanted to be along for the ride, but I just, and maybe there's really something there that I didn't get, which I was hoping you two would help me.
It's
I'm
less,
sure there is.
Yeah, it's less deep than you probably would want it to be.
Right. And at no time at all, ever, before, during, or after did I think of O.J. Simpson.
No, not once.
Shame on you. This movie was made in '97, John.
I guess
it's O.J. Simpson time.
Ultimately, it's supposed to be some kind of take on guilt and a traumatic experience that makes you believe in alternate reality to protect yourself.
It's
called a psychogenic fugue. Is what it's called.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so
Yes,
this gets at the challenge with Blue Velvet in the sense of, okay, if a director wants to do this, to what extent do they need to help your audience so that you can experience what they want you to experience?
Well, not at all, John.
As soon as you get pitched that it's going to be a non-linear story, I mean, that's it, right? I guess,
but yeah.
That's where I got lost.
I kind of like it.
It's
in
cool,
the way that,
but
it wasn't. I actually
a derivative
John,
of what he's already done.
Yeah. I mean, I found it kind of overall pretty boring, and I'm pretty surprised, John, that you liked the first half, and you're saying these are serious, world-weary people. I thought they were jokes. I thought the acting was on par with Blue Velvet. I thought it was some of the stiffest acting I've ever seen in my life. When he's
there wasn't much going on. They were just having like normal talk, you know.
Right, I took it as stiff in that they were kind of bored with life, and to me it was a contrast. Like it still was.
It works.
It was still artificial seeming. Maybe it was artificial seeming, but to me, compared to Blue Velvet, it was a contrast. And so I was like, you guys.
You just didn't want to come back in and be like, oh man, I missed it.
No. It's your fault.
It wasn't stiff and happy. It was stiff and sad. And I really appreciated that.
It was stiff and a little more sophisticated. And I did appreciate it. And I was like, you guys had really primed me. So it actually helped me think that there was more to this, maybe.
And then you got to the end and you were like,
and maybe it wasn't.
But, I mean, there is more to it than you know, because you don't even have any guesses to like what's going on.
But only if you are told what it is and then you reflect back later.
No. I mean, you said all I thought that the weird, creepy guy might have been the father of her. Like I said earlier, like that this is his revenge. That he's like that he corrupted this girl into a life of porn, and so this is how he somehow concocted his revenge. But that
interesting take.
I have no idea. I know. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that the old creepy guy. What is that guy's name in the movie?
He was great. I mean, I loved it.
There's one standout. The Mystery Man is what he's called. That scene in the party where Bill Pullman takes the 2 shots and then confronts the dude, and then he has the phone conversation.
Right. And he's like, I'm already home. I'm already there.
That was legitimately scary.
Yeah.
Like the way the sound dipped out and like the hum that happened and like that entire thing.
Well, how about that's the slow-mo scene when she gets out of the car? I was like, hey, Wes Anderson, seen this before. Right? I mean, like you could see how some people use that one again.
I mean, John, the reason it's O.J. Simpson is because at the time they were writing this, O.J. Simpson was all in the news. It's all everyone talked about. And there were a bunch of other ideas that kind of started the screenplay by itself. But the initial ideas, it was basically like David Lynch and this writer who he's written together before, Barry Gifford, who's also a novelist. He called him up and he's like, hey, dude, we need to write a screenplay. Barry Gifford's like, fuck that, dude. I don't want to do that. Sounds like a lot of work. And Lynch is like, we got to do it. We got to do it now. And he's like, I'm not moving anywhere. And Lynch is like, I'll be right there. And then he flew to wherever this guy lived. And then they started writing the screenplay together. And apparently what Barry Gifford described is like, usually when you have a writing duo, you have the guy pacing around the room with the ideas and then the guy at the typewriter writing it all down. These 2 guys are the 2 guys pacing around the room with the ideas. There's nobody at the typewriter. So it's just 2 conflicting creative minds in a room together trying to come up with an idea. They both kind of wrote their own, jumping right into trivia, screenplays for this movie in the beginning, and the opposite hated it initially. So what they started off with was just completely thrown out. One of the first ideas that happened, Lynch says that somebody called his intercom and said this Duke Laurent is dead in his intercom, and he ran outside to see who it was, and there was nobody there. Like, Lynch says that happened to him, so that was something.
What it actually happened? That's what
really? Lynch says. Yeah. So it was an idea he wanted to.
Way.
No
way. Oh, that's awesome! Like this completely
scary.
inexplicable random thing happens to him. So he's like, "That's a movie.
Let's put it in the movie." Right? Absolutely.
I really am starting to like David Lynch as a person.
He's great. I mean, the fact that like one of the special features, we'll get into Eraserhead, but like that movie took him 5 years to make because he did everything on it. For every one of his other movies, he's like, I have to hire people because there's just not enough time. But like he's still in his free time goes home and creates furniture for this movie. He does a lot of like the lighting himself. They said
I love that he's like, who does that? Who's like, I need to do the furniture.
Yeah, it's not many. Right.
No, you might think of the set or the backdrop or what? No, the furniture.
Well, he does all of it. He does like the paint, like the color choices, the lighting choices.
I mean, the furniture didn't really stand out to me at all, to be honest. I have no memory of the furniture, but whatever. Still, good job.
I don't know. You thought these people were fancy, worldly people, and all you do is see them standing in their stupid house.
No, you're right. You're right. That's an excellent point. That I felt there was a sophistication and like, and part of that he's the jazz saxophonist, and they all seem kind of aloof. But his house is kind of immaculate and there's sort of like a Spartanness to the like. I don't remember any of the details. I just have a sense of cleanliness and clean lines and things like that in their place. So, okay. Good job, Dave.
And speaking to like not remembering details, that's part of this movie I think that works the best once you're not in it. like watching it, you're just like, I don't know what the fuck's happening here. What is this scene about? This is some weird shit and I don't get it. It's kind of creepy. Shots are kind of cool. Sets are okay. Acting is kind of terrible, but like there's other stuff to make up for
sucks.
Kind of, but
Yeah,
still,
sound
people I
sucks. The
like.
music is
People
who chose the soundtrack.
right? But actors I like, so I'm sort of like giving them
I
half
felt
a bone.
bad
maybe.
for them.
Yeah.
I was
They
like,
were getting
dude,
screwed.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Like even Patricia
surprised.
Arquette, who was
I'm
naked
so
all the
surprised.
time.
You got a
I
bad Lynch movie.
God damn
You
it!
know what I
I'm
mean?
pissed.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be a Blue Velvet situation. You guys are going to explain
There's
to me
no
how
way
this
this one
is
is
so
as good as
good,
that,
and
though. I mean, it's
God
not even
damn
close.
it.
No, the thing is, John, that's the thing with Lynch, because if you go on Reddit or anywhere else where people list off their favorite Lynch movies, everyone has a different list. There's no
That's so
like,
true.
there's no like, preordained list of his best movies. It depends on how it kind of hits you, right? Like it's all about mood. It's all about how much you're willing to accept. It's all about what you make of it. And that's what's cool about him, right? Because there's no best of, you could argue that with almost any other director. You could have like a pretty solid list that most people would agree on what their best movies are, but not this one. And I'm not saying I disliked, I'm saying I disliked the experience of watching it, but once I was done and thinking about it, I liked that part of it because now it looks like, looking back at it, it's like it felt like a dream. And simply the way I look at it now is like, this movie's about a guy who's losing his mind. I thought the Mystery Man was kind of the idea of murdering his wife or something like that. Like the thought in Bill Pullman's head
he represents
was
the
idea of it.
Okay.
And he's like, when he takes the 2 drinks, he confronts the idea for the first time. The idea is already in his house because he's had the thoughts before. He's been dreaming about it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But then why is he a different person?
You see, you don't even. He's a different person because he
that's
gets
him
arrested. He murders
having
his wife.
mental break.
Right. He has a
And now
mental
he's-
break in prison. He dissociates like he thought O.J. Simpson would have to do because he knows that O.J. Simpson did that shit. He's like, how do you go on living your life knowing you did this and pretending you did?
You think
You'd have to
some
dissociate.
car mechanic did it and not you?
No, that's just
No,
the,
he just-
the
it's
character
fantasy.
that he, morphed into.
Instead of that, he becomes a different person.
The second half
Right.
of the movie is in his imagination in the prison cell.
It's
Right,
him
right.
disassociating in prison.
But then his wife also is a different person, which
Right.
is weird.
Because
right?
he wants his
It's
wife.
a totally different story now.
Yeah. Well, there's how he
in
wants
his
his
head,
wife. It's
Right.
how he wants her and how she is. In the dream, she's blonde. She's a little more like flirty
And a
she's
porn
more
star.
open, kind of a porn star. Like
Kind of. No,
he's-
she is.
Yeah.
I mean, or I don't
And
know,
and it makes
star,
sense
but
knowing-
she's working
She's
her way
doing a
up,
job,
right?
John. Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple lines I think are important to like proving this out. Maybe just 3. There's one towards the beginning where he's talking to the detectives and he says like, I like to remember things my own way. And he says that to the detectives, which basically is saying that like you cannot trust this guy as a narrator. Even in the first half of the movie, you can't trust him as
What
the
he's
narrator.
saying.
Right.
Right.
So like even the first half isn't exactly as the story is. It's his perspective of what's happening, which is why you're able to like skip over the murder, why he's confused about who's sending the tapes because it's him. Like he's already fucked up and he's doing all these little
already
mental
losing
tricks.
it. I see.
Yeah. And he eventually like when the first half of the movie is probably half or more fake and the second half of the movie is 100% in his head. Basically.
Which sort of accounts for maybe like the first half seeming fake in this sort of like sophisticated, pristine way where it's like, I'm cool. I'm the jazz saxophone player doing the solo up there. Maybe he doesn't even fucking do that for all we know.
And all we see of like the friends and everything, like he's super jealous of this guy with the mustache, but it's all in his head. The guy could just be a friend. He could just be like a super jealous dude who doesn't like his wife hanging out with anybody, snaps, kills his wife, and goes to jail. And that's basically all that happened
the
in reality.
story. Right.
Yeah. And what I think also, the very last shot of him running away from the cops
And the whole like wiggy thing.
he gets the chair. That's him dying. He dies at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Oh man! Wow, that makes a lot
of
motion
sense.
There makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense now.
But the
It
thing is, with
does.
this movie, it doesn't spell any of it out for you. Because if this was the actual plot of another movie, they'd let you follow that logic while
Sure,
you watched
they
it.
would. They'd be
right?
like, "Hey, we give a shit about what you think in terms of watching this, so we'd like to help you understand what we're doing."
And instead, when you cut over to this kid's life, you get a 5-minute scene of him sitting in a lawn chair in his back fucking yard.
right,
Like, what the fuck is this?
Everyone, hello? What am I doing here? Yeah.
Is this the same movie?
It's the same. I thought there was Bill Pullman here. Who's this kid? I don't get it.
Yep.
They gonna explain why Bill Pullman left?
And then I
We're
was
gonna
like,
talk
is that
about
Charlie
again?
Sheen? No, it's not Charlie Sheen. But it kind of looks like Charlie Sheen. And
Little,
then-
yeah, a little of that.
But that's how much time you had, right? Like, that's what I was
Sheen-esque,
thinking about.
definitely, definitely Sheen-esque. I agree.
But yeah, he
Yeah,
was fantasizing about how being like a guy, because like in the first half, Bill Pullman's having some problems with his sex life. Like he can't get it up, he's crying or whatever. Like I didn't quite understand what happened with that sex scene where did he not last as long as he wanted to, but like she patted him on the back like he did a bad job or something?
I did not.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's supposed to represent him being like not great at sex. So then that's
okay.
why in the second half of the movie,
I didn't get
he
it.
can fuck
didn't
all
get
these
it.
girls.
Strapping
Right.
stud who the
Part of
cops
his
are like,
fantasy.
this guy
Right.
gets more pussy
But-
than the
but-
whatever, right?
Right. But even at the same time, she's still refusing him, saying you can't have me.
Well, that's because that's
Even-
when reality starts rushing back to him.
That's
when he turns back into himself.
She's dead.
I see. Well, but also none of this.
Or because she
dead,
rejected
but,
him.
But he never.
that too.
Right. Like he never had her. So again, yeah. Okay. These films are fun to discuss.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I have to say that, like in terms of like, I don't think any other director has been this sort of fun where somebody's trying to be art house or whatever, and will be just like, fuck that, they're just throwing dick pics in or whatever. This is
Bergman. This is not Bergman. I agree.
no, it is not. He's trying to do something each time, and that's a lot of fun.
And the thing is,
So-
too, he won't talk about what he's attempting to do here. He only mentioned the O.J. Simpson thing in passing. It could have been a joke, but it kind of fits.
Shit.
In terms of the
Even
plot,
even that could have been a joke. God
yeah,
damn it.
Yeah, because he
Sure.
said it like years afterwards, and he's like, I like looking back on the script to Lost Highway. I'm pretty sure it was us thinking about O.J. Simpson all day, every day, because it was in the news and
Oh, wow.
it worked its way into the
It's
script.
like how he dealt with hearing that news and
Yeah.
figuring out like what would happen to somebody's brain if they killed their partner, and then he
But-
like went nuts in his own head and started creating all this art shit, and then we get this movie.
And then this movie pops out, and all the stuff I'm talking about with trying to create a narrative around the story, he hasn't confirmed any of that stuff. Like that could just, you're saying like, oh, he comes in with all this intent and you can dissect it and stuff like that. That's me and other people and their opinions, like trying to make sense of what he did, which is fun, but it's not necessarily too distant than Bergman. Bergman might just be weird enough where it's like it's harder to put a story around it, or the story is less interesting.
There's just definitely.
Just older, maybe too.
No,
I mean,
maybe
you
it's
know.
all, I don't know, but sometimes it just feels like it's just random. There's not like
It seemed pretty fucking random before I started
This-
talking, though,
this-
didn't it,
this
John?
is pretty random. This one's pretty random.
But with the
There's a lot
Bergman
of random
films,
shit that goes on.
with the Bergman films, there really wasn't much of when we tried to talk about it, interpret it. It didn't fall into place in any way. It's like you just had some random dick pics, dude. It just doesn't work. It
was just-
there's-
I'll
It
still
was
say
just
it's the
out of
best part of that
place.
movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
First 2
Right.
minutes
There's
of
a sense of
Persona,
like,
best part of that movie.
It's like there's a capriciousness to the like art house piece of it. It's just like I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah.
And there's no coherence to it. There's just like but you have a sense that with these films there is a singular, or there's like a coherence to it, even if you don't get it. It's like there's a sense that he's not doing stuff at random, which again, you guys really helped me like see in Blue Velvet. So even if we don't get it, there's the idea that there's something that's coherent here. It's not just random. He's not just trying to do stuff just to throw stuff at you for fun, or just to have something that looks visually appealing, or
Right.
just
Well,
like, oh, well,
sometimes just
wouldn't
to
it be
make it
cool if
look-
we just did this?
Because a
Or
lot
wouldn't
of
it
what
be
he does is
shocking
tone
if we
related
just did
too,
this?
and
Yeah.
like mood
So-
related, and that's what he does
Yeah.
really well, I think. And sometimes you can like look over the other stuff when you've got that vibe, like you're still feeling kind of apprehensive because the music's making you feel that way, and then you kind of like let some other things go when it doesn't make any sense. But it's only in hindsight though that I understand the movie, and that's kind
For
of
sure.
where sometimes I'm not such a huge fan in the middle of them.
Yeah.
There
Are some scenes that were like
this is
pretty scary,
Oh,
I
go
thought.
ahead.
Like there's the scene where I don't even know what they were doing with it. Like they were in their bedroom and she was taking a shower or something, and then Bill Pullman like walked into the corridor and it was dark and he disappeared into the darkness, and then he found a mirror and he was looking at himself in the mirror, and then it cut to like shadows of two people walking through the living room and then back to Bill Pullman walking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I'm kind of scared.
I was scared. I liked it. Again, that was a very, again, compared to Blue Velvet, a different atmosphere for these characters. Something that was more dark, it wasn't like satire, or it didn't feel like fake. Like again, and so there was something that seemed like scarier about this than like Blue Velvet when the characters were scared or whatever. There was this fakeness about it, which I kind of hated until you guys helped me try to understand what was going on there. This seemed more real, or not, and that's not fair to say. I don't know, not real, but it did hit harder for sure. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how that's possible. I don't think it's possible to figure it out.
But that's kind of fun. So I appreciate that.
During the first half, though, second half,
Yeah.
that didn't happen for you.
No.
Like,
So how many individual sex scenes do you think there were? I did
good
some
question.
research.
15.
This has the most, I think, of any film we've watched.
8.
It's actually just 6.
Oh,
6.
man.
I know.
My memory's no
Six-
good, huh?
Six is still a lot.
What constitutes a full scene, I guess?
Well, just
is
two.
what I'm asking.
Like we're starting. They're having sex basically. They're
Oh,
in the,
okay. But like, how about full nudity scenes? How many times does Patricia take her clothes off? That's more like 15, I think.
Didn't even want to count there, but there's a lot. Like again,
He's constantly taking her clothes off and walking in other rooms.
I was thinking pictures,
Yeah.
on the screen, off the screen, on the handheld, whatever the fuck that was. How about that old piece of equipment, huh?
Oh, the projector with the doggy style
Yep.
projected on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, that was weird.
Ridiculous.
Oh, I love that scene where the guy's head goes into the corner of the coffee table.
Oh, I know. And he just
that
flies,
was
and you don't
nasty.
hear him fly, but then you see him.
You just see him walk.
It's all.
Yeah, that was brutal.
That was
brutal.
hilarious.
I was
there
laughing at that. I thought
There
that
was some
hilarious.
joke they made about him. I forgot what it was. That was really funny. Like, oh, they referred to him as something, and it was funny. Like, oh, coffee table.
Oh,
head. I don't know
the
what-
two cops, you're saying?
Yeah, the cops referred
yeah,
to
the
him, and I
cops
forgot. They had a really funny way to refer to where he was and what happened, and I forgot what it was. So,
Yeah.
well, fuck,
Good,
whatever.
good talk.
It's 2 weeks ago.
It was a long time. It's hard to remember movies over 2 weeks. That's for damn
Yeah.
I
sure.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there in this movie? It's kind of weird because I think even with all that narrative in your head, I'm kind of curious to go back and see if it holds up scene to scene. I don't think it necessarily really needs to, because once you're done watching it, you can kind of just paint like broad strokes over the
Yeah.
movie.
That's true.
And there's actually a pretty, I don't have the quote, but wow, shit, what's his name? Who's the guy who did Blazing Saddles?
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks was interviewed a lot during this documentary for David Lynch. And
Really?
he talked about how it was
Mel
like,
Brooks. Why?
yeah, I don't know, because he's a huge fan of David Lynch and he's a movie maker, I guess. But he's talking about how a lot of people don't understand how he's like his paintings, when you get up really close to them, it's just a bunch of ink splotches and you need to like step back and take the entire thing in at once to make sense of it for every one of his films. So,
That's,
I mean,
that's a good way to
worked-
think about it.
That's a perfect way to think about it because,
Right.
like all of us said, like when we're in the middle of it, we're like, I don't understand this. These colors don't seem to make sense just by themselves until like you got the entire thing in your head, and then you can look back and be like, oh, okay.
Now it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Maybe
Right. Yeah.
or maybe not, but at least it's interesting. You have a sense that that's what you're supposed to do is step back and think about it,
Right.
even if you don't get it.
Like even the shots were a pretty cool shot of the house that's like been burned and there's flames burning and it's reverse footage and it goes zoop and it's just like a house again. It's full.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's a cool shot.
That was cool.
I have no idea what that's supposed to be about, but
Nope.
you could just be like, well, he's thinking about getting his life back together, right? Like his house.
The highway shot was also cool, even though it was repeated at least 3 times. But the moving like lines,
I liked how jerky it was.
it was mesmerizing in a way. Yeah, jerky but smooth.
Yeah.
So it was like, again, just very interesting the way they kept coming back to that one,
Mm-hmm.
which I liked. I mean, but yeah.
Agreed?
TC, what else you got? You got anything?
Not really.
Do you have any other tidbits like reading about it that we haven't brought up yet?
No, not really. I mean, there's just I don't know. It's non-linear, so there's really not much to say. I mean, it's all over the place, and I could argue that some people would say this is a terrible movie.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
it's not something I would recommend.
Well, the first
someone-
Lynch I would recommend. That's for damn
No,
sure.
definitely not. And
Or maybe not.
definitely
the
a movie
second.
nerd movie. You know,
I
If
say
you're-
Lynch fan movie.
If you're
right?
if you're in film school or something like that, like I think it's pretty cool to have that discussion.
It is interesting that like also maybe unlike some of the other films we have that are so well revered, Lynch films are divisive even amongst the critics.
2 thumbs down, Siskel and Ebert, this movie.
Right?
Yep.
See? It's not
And
accessible.
they use that as the poster art. They're like, 2 more reasons to go see The Lost Highway.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I like that. Nice little fuck you.
It's funny because I think Ebert was just like, this is art, but it's not cinema.
Oh.
Like, what does that even mean? Ebert.
I love Ebert so much in so many ways.
This is a critique, but it's not a review. What?
He's funny.
You make no sense. Was this one up for any awards? No, right?
No. It was
Not even
passed
a
over.
mention.
It didn't make any money. People thought it was pretty damn weird. Yeah. Has this changed your opinion on Lynch at all, TC?
No.
You're probably the biggest Lynch fan.
No,
out of all
because
of us.
I just know what he's all about. So I don't.
You know that you can't expect anything, basically, is what it is.
Same thing with the painting. Like I might go get one
Yeah.
guy, one art piece, and then like see another one they do, and be like, I've never put that on my wall, right? And so doesn't mean I don't like the artist, right?
That's fair. I like it. I mean, it's really interesting to me because I was like thinking you guys were going to help me like really appreciate this film more, like you did with Blue Velvet, and no, but
No.
I don't know. Watching the film, I was confused and didn't really enjoy it and didn't really appreciate it. But it's still fun to talk about, which is actually.
But what about
still-
like? Did you find
That's
yourself?
still a good thing.
Did you find yourself like starting to see the little things he does more? Because like you'll start to see he has like little tricks with some of
Maybe
the,
I
the way
was
he
trying to
frames the camera. A lot of times
No,
does that
I
the
know.
same
I
way
mean,
from above
well,
in the corners.
again,
and-
like what you guys were telling me with the last film, like everything he does is very deliberate. So
Yeah.
if it looks fake, if it seems corny, that's deliberate. He's not trying to like make something look real but failing. He's actually deliberately doing everything he's doing. So that was like a really important thing to keep in mind.
So you start to see it differently when you're, I mean, even as I watch it, right? Like I wasn't enjoying it that much, but I was like actively trying to dissect what might be going on, and
I
like
was
that
too.
itself
Yeah.
is a feat from a director, right? I mean, like,
Because you trust him at that point, right?
and you're like,
Well, yeah,
okay,
well-
what are you doing? I'm gonna keep up. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not gonna just like be like fuck this and turn it off.
One of the guys on the making of feature talked about how he was a painter, but he paints all the time. Like there was like large periods of time between films for Lynch over his life, but his painting and craftsmanship sustained him like throughout those periods. He's just like a super creative dude. And the movies would come from when he was painting, and the format would contain his creativity, where he finally like would reach a point in a painting where he's just like, I need this painting to do more. I need it to move. I need it to make noise. I need it to do all this other stuff. So I need to make a movie, which is the epiphany he had. I think he had it a bunch of times for all these movies. He just called the screenwriter and be like, we need to make a movie. He's just like painting and being like, I'm not satisfied anymore. I need to make a movie to create something bigger than all this stuff right here.
And that seemed to come across as like he's doing this for him. He's not doing it for us. And not in a mean way. He's not.
And he's
like,
doing it for the visuals and the sound.
Yeah,
like the story is kind of coincidental for the most part.
Right. But he's not trying to say, I have this amazing, important thing to say that you really should listen to.
Well,
He's just doing,
sometimes
like,
he is though. I think that's.
Sometimes.
I think he is doing that, but it's not in like a way that's that's in your face about it. You know,
It's important to him. Whether we get it or not is sort of secondary, right? Like it might, like he's saying this is important to me, and I'm going to show it the way I think it needs to be shown. And you might get it, and you might not, and that's okay. He's not like insulting us if we don't get it either, which again is relatively unique. Like I don't know of another filmmaker that does this, because the idea is like, oh, I'm an artist, I have a vision, and I need to speak my message to the people so the people get it. And no, it's like he just like I like this idea.
Or I have a
like,
message and I need to make it as confusing as possible because no one deserves to know this brilliant thing that I have done.
Yeah, I mean that could be the worst. That would be the flip side to that.
No,
yeah,
this is
right.
more like, no, I was not able to express what I wanted to express because this doesn't have enough movement. So I'm going to do something that has enough movement. So I'm going to make it to my satisfaction, express what I think it should, and then I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys like it, that's good too. But you don't have to.
Yeah,
And that's
it's like,
kind
I'm
of the
surprised
feeling
people
of
keep
it.
giving me money to make these things. to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's like okay, cool. Some people like think this is interesting enough, and I can make a living of it. That's nice
But it,
too.
it also doesn't seem
Yeah.
like that's his end goal either. So like he's not even worried about the money because he's never worried about the money. Like that shit figures itself out because he's an artist and he's good at
and
it.
he's not
you know?
he's not worried about us getting it and that making him famous because there's another layer of the
thing is,
auteur.
it's not necessarily about us getting it either. It's about
Right.
us receiving the feelings that he's trying to give us
but,
while
but
you
also,
watch it.
Yeah, right. But there's like another layer with the art house thing with the auteur where they're like, not only are you going, I'm going to want you to get this, but you're going to think I'm awesome because you got it. You're going to think I am so cool because I just blew your mind. Isn't that, there's this kind of like ego thing that goes along with it that seems to be really absent here. And it's confusing. It may be why his films are a little more confusing and hard to grapple with because it just normally when you got this like vision, this big like idea, this sense of like somebody's trying to tell you something, there's this ego thing that goes along with it where it's like, yeah,
That's kind of grounding, isn't it?
Mind.
Because at the very least, all the director is doing is trying to look cool, and you can see that in the background.
Right.
But in this one, you don't have it to fall in, so there's nothing.
No.
You don't have any idea what the hell is going on because you don't even have that to fall back onto.
Because none of it makes sense, and it's all over the place.
And he doesn't
but
care.
it's still
What the
good.
hell? I don't
It's
get
still
it.
Good. Yeah, right.
This is like I don't know. This seems to me to be really helping me because there's this sort of simpleness about him just doing what he wants to do without trying to impress us, and that to me seems really amazing. Like it's very different than I think.
I agree with a
not
lot of what you're
unfair.
saying, but you're saying like he doesn't want to impress us. He wants to be appreciated, right? He's like not
Does he?
a completely disconnected guy.
But
He's
there's
still,
no. But there's much less of that. I think.
Yeah.
And it's not to criticize other artists.
I think everything
who do
else you're
this.
saying is still valid, right?
yeah.
It's the
But-
whole
but I
it's
think-
not
I
the
think
reason
it's
he's
just-
doing
It's
it,
like
but
there's
he's
still
not.
he's still like a little bit,
Sure.
as an artist
There-
wants
there's
to share
just a lot,
himself with
right.
you.
There's just a lot less of it. But that's what I think is kind of impressive, though, because but also confusing because I.
But
really
it's
do
almost
feel
like for him, he's like, yeah, if you think it sucks, like that's cool too. Like I'm
That's
super
okay. I don't
excited
care. I'm
about
doing
that.
what
Like,
I'm
let me
doing.
know
Yeah,
why it
exactly.
sucks. Because yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
right. Like you're probably right. I'm right. Everybody's right. It's a great movie, right? I mean, I don't know. And then you move on.
I painted a picture. I wanted it to move. If you don't get it, that's okay. But
that's
I
cool.
feel pretty good about how I got it to move.
Exactly. So, and that's it. He moves right along. And then he's on to the next thing, whether it's a painting or.
The moral of the story is to have hobbies that are affordable, like creating your own furniture. Because that's like when he doesn't have a movie to make, he just fucking
just
makes
creates some
furniture. And he's happy as shit.
On a canvas.
He's as happy as he is.
So that's what you can see. Like he's like, I made the furniture. I'm really happy about that. You might not get my movie, but I'm still pretty happy about that furniture I made. It's kind of cool, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
part of the documentary, because I think we'll have more to talk about in Eraserhead, so I can talk about this now. He was a painter, and he created a 1 minute short, kind of like a stop motion art short that went in cycles over and over again in an art gallery. And some art enthusiast found out that he made it, wanted him to create something longer. So he's like, that was really cool. I'll fund you. Like, here's a bunch of money, not a bunch of money, but like, here's a little bit of money. I want you to create something similar to meet these requirements or whatever. And Lynch went and tried to work on it. He went back to the guy and he's like, sorry, man, I can't do it. Like, I can't do what you're asking. So here's your money. The guy's like, no, keep the whatever money you have left and just create something, whatever you want. So he went and created like a 5-minute short, which was like a creepy little short of a little girl in the middle of the night reciting the alphabet, just in the creepiest way you could think. And a lot of cuts, very artsy. He did it in his house. His wife was on the making of. He started painting rooms in his house black. That's when she knew that like this filmmaking thing was getting somewhere because like he would just keep painting different rooms in the house black because he wanted to be able to get these shots where the bed and the person in it were just standing out in the middle of space. The way it looked on film was cool to him. So he created this alphabet
so much
thing.
effort, right? To like put into one image.
Yep. Yeah. So, and then we'll get into Eraserhead. They do one shot a day in Eraserhead. Take all day to do one shot. Took him 5 years to make that movie.
I mean, it's probably a blessing that he's not
Wow.
around for AI, right? I mean, he'll be like,
Yeah.
he'll just be he would
sad.
be sad. He
Yeah.
would be depressed.
Well, I don't know if he would be because he just seems to be doing what he's doing, and regardless
keep
of
doing
whatever
it, yeah,
whatever
for
else
sure.
is
Yeah,
going
of
on
course,
around him,
of course.
he's just doing what he's
no,
doing.
but he would.
which again,
It would be hard as the artist to watch your breed dying out because of it. more so than anything
We can all
else,
thank Christopher Nolan for hanging on tight for all those old school filmmakers, keeping film alive. Good old Nolan there, huh, John?
There you go.
Right, but there seems
Your
to be
favorite
like,
director.
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Where the technology is impressive, but everybody's stupid. So, but there seems to be, and maybe I'm wrong, but there seems to be a purity about him. That there's like, and it's nice to hear these stories where the actors like him. He does these weird fucking movies, but they all are like liking him. And
It's funny
and
listening
so
to Patricia Arquette was like, he would like the cast and crew, they would have skeleton crews for all the sex scenes. They would have a robe ready for her whenever she wanted it. It wasn't like, no, you stay naked. You're supposed to be stressed and you're supposed to be naked. You get out there and you stay out there. It was just like, again, whenever you want to be covered, just let us know.
Shelley Duvall or something like that. No, we're not doing this here. He's not trying to like piss them off because he wants to get the expression he wants. He wants them to be afraid. Mm-hmm. He's not because he wants something out of them. That's not what he's doing here. He's like actually very like kind to the people he's working with, but he wants to like do the thing he wants to do.
It's funny because what's his name? Robert Loggia, that guy. He wanted to try out for the Frank Booth character that Dennis Hopper got in Blue Velvet, and they were casting, and they had just recently signed Dennis Hopper on, and Robert Loggia had an interview or like a tryout with Lynch, and he went to some place and waited for 3 hours in the heat waiting for Lynch, and Lynch showed up after 3 hours and told him that, oh, sorry, man, I forgot, and we already cast Dennis Hopper for this role. Loggia freaked out on him, screamed at him, told him off, being like, how the fuck, like, this is a waste of my fucking time. I can't believe you piece of shit, like, yelled at him. And he was just like, okay, well, I'll never work with David Lynch. For this movie, David Lynch called him and was like, hey, I got a role for you.
I know you really wanted to do something.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of good guys, he felt bad about it.
Last time you told me to fuck myself, but thought that was really good. So come on down.
Well, this guy's career was expansive. He's done a shit ton of movies and TV and stuff. I mean, if you look at his Wikipedia page, it's ridiculous.
Why is he so far down on the list in the credits in IMDb? I don't get it. He's so far down. He's below freaking Richard Pryor in his last role.
I mean, Richard Pryor's bigger than this guy.
That's true. Richard Pryor's last role.
Oh, it was nice to see him.
Jack Nance's last role.
Oh, yeah.
And Robert Blake's last role, all in this movie.
Wow.
Robert Blake and Jack Nance's stories are pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Blake was he was tried for the murder of his wife.
What?
And reading about what happened, it had something to do with like they went out to dinner.
That was
he had a
mystery
gun.
Man?
Yeah, the mystery man. He had like a gun. Him and his wife went out to dinner, and they went back to their car after dinner. He was like, oh, I forgot my gun in the restaurant. And then he went back out to the restaurant to get the gun. And while he was getting the gun in the restaurant, somebody shot his wife in the head with another gun.
Whoa.
So like reading the story, I don't really know what happened, but he was on trial for a while and he was acquitted. And then he had, what was it? He was like manslaughter. He was convicted of manslaughter or something like that. It's like a 20-year long situation. But since this has been going on, no one's been hiring him for obvious reasons.
Quentin Tarantino's film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
and he died.
from the Wikipedia page, that was dedicated to him. It was dedicated to Blake.
Okay.
It's like his later life dealing with his wife's murder mirrors Brad Pitt's character's Cliff Booth, who was accused of murdering his wife. So it was, there was, I guess, some parallels.
Look that up.
there.
I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but that's why he stopped acting. Jack Nance, who was the owner of the auto body shop, who also was the main character in Eraserhead, so we'll see him then when we get to that. He was an alcoholic for a long period of time. During a lot of the shoot of Eraserhead, he'd have to sleep off his drunkenness. He'd like, go sleep off the drinks.
Oh, that's good.
So he was on some of the special features. He seemed sober then. He was supposed to be, according to a lot of people, he was sober for the last, decade of his life or so.
He was dead when the film was released.
Yeah. The day before, he had brunch with a few friends. He had an orbital bone bruise, like underneath your eye. He got in a fight with somebody in a grocery store supermarket at like 9 a.m. in the morning, he said. And then later that night, he died in his house. He had a blood alcohol level the next morning when they found his body of 0.25.
Holy shit, baby. That's
like
straight vodka.
12 hours after he died at that level.
Damn.
So, yeah. So that's what happened to him.
So get sober, kids.
He was the dad
need
in the suicidal tendencies video for Institutionalized.
Oh, of course. Who could forget that? Suicidal Tendencies music video from 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Hey, some of us really love that shit.
Don't you remember
Hey,
that
I used to
one?
like that shit too
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was in
Don't
like
you
middle
remember
school,
that?
you know?
Yeah, I was trying to explain to my daughter Samantha about like MTV
Ska?
and music videos and how it was
Hey,
special.
Samantha, you ever heard of ska before? You ever seen a man skank? Did you kind of like
ska?
you kinda-
Suicidal tendencies, not ska. Fuck you.
Oh, sorry, I was
They're
thinking of
punk.
Suicide Machines. Suicidal Tendencies is
You
what,
got-
emo?
Yeah, no, they were punk. They were
They're
straight
pop
up
punk emo. I think they're emo.
Emo, really?
Yeah, I think
don't
so.
know.
But he got this $5,000, or sorry, this alphabet movie he made with the extra funds from this project he couldn't finish from this guy, got noticed from the American Filmmakers Institute, which is a new institute at the time. They funded him $5,000 to make an even longer movie, and he did. And he kind of snowballed his way into getting the funding, however small it was, to do Eraserhead. They squatted in this area and kind of made it guerrilla style over 5 years, and they made it all themselves. And he's just been doing his thing. That's all he's been doing. He's been doing his thing, and some people have been noticing it and helping him continue
Along the
doing
way.
his thing.
Yep.
They're making these movies. And the movies make more and more sense as time goes on. I might eat my words next week since this movie was made right before Mulholland Drive, which is what we're going to be watching next week. And from
Whatever
what
you
I can
say.
remember,
This
that
is going to
movie
be a good one, too, John.
it doesn't
Wait
make any
till you see
freaking
this
sense.
one.
It's funny because
boy.
once you start getting the rules of Lynch in your head, you can start picking which like is like, oh, maybe this isn't happening. Maybe this isn't somebody's head.
Oh, is it a
mean,
dream sequence? It's
what-
got to be a dream sequence.
What I'm interested in might be happening is I'm just starting to like him as a person, as somebody who's doing what he's doing, and that might influence me like really enjoying his films because I'm starting to appreciate just
he
like
is.
who he is and how he tries to do things, and it's a little it's
Fanboy.
It's a
I mean,
different
really,
direction.
have another one, huh?
No, but it's a different direction from where it actually works. Usually you like the film is really interesting, and so then you go and appreciate the director, artist, whatever. You like first like what it's done. This has been sort of the reverse so far, where I am not liking what's been done. I'm not understanding it. I'm getting you guys to explain it to me and think about it, and you tell me who he is, and I'm starting to like who he is. And so maybe then I'm going to start liking what he did, which is, again, that's just backwards from how it usually works.
That is pretty backwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if Mr. Rogers started making weird art house movies with lots of tits and decapitations and all that stuff.
I guess so,
That's basically
right?
what this is.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with this? Oh, hey, he's so nice.
Oh, he's nice to everybody. I can't hate this. I can't talk shit on this guy.
Maybe it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood after all.
He's the Bob Ross of art house. Come on, guys. You can't hate him. He's the gem of American cinema for the art house people. He's like also one of the only American art house directors that anybody knows about because like
That's
all
true.
that shit is usually European and stuff.
Right. Do we?
Yeah,
very
have-
proud
that's
of him.
true. Wait. Who do
I
we
mean,
have
I don't
in-
know anybody else.
I know the guy who did Primer. He is a guy. Is that it?
I
Two
mean,
guys?
I don't know. I think one's enough.
And Primer might
me.
actually not be an American movie.
Oh wait, do you got more trivia?
Let's
here?
see if is there more trivia. They just talked to like the set director talked about how, or the production designer talked about how David Lynch's ideas of what things were going to be always seemed wrong at the beginning, but then ended up working out right. Like the prison scene, in the prison set they built within an old firehouse. It was like the lobby of an old firehouse, kind of like Ghostbusters type of lobby firehouse. And it was brightly lit, huge glass windows, all this stuff. Very shiny, very big, not very prison-like. And then they put some set extensions in this long corridor of all the prison cells and then copied all the colors. They hung down a giant black blackout tarp on the outside, covering up all the windows and selectively lighting things. And it ended up looking great,
Yeah.
because
Didn't know.
he knows what he wants. He has an idea in his head. And even though you're like, you can't see it before he gets it to work, he gets it to work.
Right. And
The
he's
visionary.
Like, he's resourceful, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. It's cheap. His movies are not expensive to make.
Right.
Filmed it in his friggin' house, built his own goddamn furniture,
Hey,
do his own lighting. You
he
know,
knows exactly what he
yeah.
wants. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Cinematographer, quote, he spends more time on scenes without dialogue than scenes with dialogue most of the time.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh. Just to give you an idea of where he's coming from. Patricia Arquette would cry between scenes, the naked scenes, because it was so hard for her, but she decided to do it, so don't feel bad for her, but it was hard for her. I think that might be all I have.
All right.
Would you put this in the top 250?
No.
No, but I'm
No.
enjoying this.
Yeah, good.
I'm having fun.
It's a good direction to be going.
That is.
not-
I mean, it
all
could be a
right.
lot worse. I mean, it could.
No,
I'm telling you, John. Next up after this is Twin Peaks.
Well,
you're gonna
that's
watch
fine.
that, and you're gonna be
That's
like,
fine.
"What the
No,
fuck?"
but like I don't know if I'm having fun watching these films, but I'm really having fun talking.
You'll have fun
about
watching Twin Peaks. It's good.
them. Yeah. Okay. So Mulholland Drive is next. What?
Mulholland Drive.
Hold on to your butts, John.
Okay.
We're getting into
I only
Holding.
got one. I don't have two
Holding
butts.
on.
I have
You
one
got
butt.
one butt? Oh, that's
One
a
butt.
problem.
I only have one butt to hold on. I regret. I have one butt to give.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll see you next week.
Two and a half
thanks.
hours, guys. Prepare yourselves.
Oh shit!
All right.
All right, two-nighter. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
listening.
listening.
Later.
Talk to you later.